What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. So Blazers take their third straight loss last night in LA, 107-101, behind 27 points to lead all scorers from Kawhi Leonard and 18 in the fourth quarter. But it was an excellent game. Came down to free throw shooting, basically, because the Clippers, they got 30 free throw attempts to the Blazers 16. And then they made, what was it? I want to say 30. And we made 12 or something like that. So, which is just a bad discrepancy in terms of free throw shooting for both teams. And that was pretty much the name of the game. Also, a timely basket from Lou Williams, who had 26 off the bench. Dame and CJ did their thing, alternating both when they tried to take over the game. Both ended up with 22 points. Hassan Whiteside had a terrible first half, but came on super strong in the second half and was, I don't know what somebody said to him, but he was just a terror. He had 17 points and 19 rebounds. And most of that work was in the second half of that game, so he turned it up. Anthony Simons off the bench, especially in the fourth quarter. He scored 16 to try to match Kawhi, but like I said, those free throws from Kawhi, right in the clutch, that big three with about 30 seconds left from Lou Will, that was pretty much the difference in the game right there. I thought both teams were super sloppy all the way throughout the game. It was shocking that Blazers only had 13 turnovers, but I mean, I'm not mad. But man, it's just one of them games that Blazers kind of let slip away a little bit, you know? But I mean, it happens like that sometimes. So right now, Blazers lost the last 3 games. 2 of those on the road, 1 at home. Blazers get a home game tonight against the Nets. So hopefully being at home in front of those in the Moda Center will help the guys out. Who else had a pretty decent game? Bazemore was playing pretty well, like in the first half of the game, but he ended up not playing much in the second half that I can remember. It was just one of those games today, or last night, that just both teams you could just tell both of them are pretty good defensively. And it was just one of those type of games that it was real sloppy. So Blazers kept fighting and they were down for a while and then ended up taking a lead in the third quarter where they scored 36, and then Clippers only scored 23 in that quarter, but Kawhi Leonard in the fourth, he just pretty much takes over. And then Dame, who's the second leading scorer in the fourth quarter, ended up not having any baskets, but that's not because he wasn't shooting them. It was because Anthony Simons was balling. So this is why Dame is the best point guard in the league. He's gonna feed the hot hand. And he has the utmost confidence in Anthony Simons. He's always talking about him. And he just showed last night that he's instant offense. He's a guy that I think can be exactly like Lou Williams off the bench. He just needs to work on his playmaking skills a little bit more. But other than that, like, he can get anywhere on the court. His handles are nasty. He was just going past people all night last night. Shooting threes really well. So Simons is coming onto his own a little bit, and I like where he's at, especially on the offensive end. Defensively, he's a little bit, still got some work to do, but that comes with time and experience and being out on the floor in critical situations. So he's getting all this information now, and once the season is like midway through, like towards the All-Star break, I think he's going to be a problem in this league for a lot of people. And he put on a show last night in LA. I know it was a losing effort, but general salute to Anthony Simons in that fourth quarter. Because if it was not for him, Blazers probably would not even have made this a 2-possession game. So, salute to him. And then Dame doing his thing, of course. Trying to get foul calls, but second game in a row where Blazers weren't really getting those types of calls, you know? Like, they were allowing a lot of physicality on both ends, but for the Clippers, they were getting to the free throw line, and the Blazers just weren't. And it's not like the Blazers weren't trying to get to the free throw line. They were attacking the basket in certain spots. But just credit to the Clippers defense, help defense, because there was one time where Dame beats his guy. He beats two guys, and then Harrell makes a excellent recovery to get a block off the glass. So Clippers are a problem for a lot of teams. You know, they're just, and this is without Paul George, who's going to be another problem once he gets back. So you're going to have to worry about Paul George, Kawhi, and Lou Williams, and Montrezl Harrell. That's probably going to be their team to close out games, you know? Maybe having a guy like Mo Harkless out there, too, just depending on matchups, you know, what they're going to do, like later on in the season. So they're going to be a problem, definitely. And Blazers, I think they're still in a good spot, even though they're losing these games. It's not like they're getting blown out. I seen Charles Barkley talking about they already need a trade. I'm like, I don't know about that, man. They might need something as far as a big man later on down the season. But right now it's only 8 games in, and I can't see it right now, man. I don't know if they're gonna. I just gotta see, like, if once Pau Gasol gets back, like what he can do. And then once Nurkic gets back, how he plays. So it's hard for me to say let's make a trade right now. I know we're not getting consistency from our wings like Rodney Hood and Bazemore. They're kind of, especially on the offensive end, like defensively they're playing well, but we're just not getting that production offensively from our wings right now. I mean, Rodney did have that 25-point game the other night, but he ended up having to leave due to like him banging knees with Ben Simmons. But it is what it is. I know the Blazers will get this corrected. Got the Nets tonight at home. I definitely think that the Blazers can win that game because from what I've been seeing from the Nets, they can't defend nobody. So if they play that type of defense that they played tonight or last night, I think the Blazers will definitely get a win and get their first win on the road or at home. But this is your boy P Money. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to all my supporters. I appreciate each and every one of you.